Do you know what's the backbone of the internet? Spoiler alert, it is not satellites. It is in fact undersea cables. 99% of the world's digital data transmits through these cables. They're laid on the ocean floor, covering a distance of 1.4 million kilometers. Meta is now building one such ambitious undersea cable project to connect India, the US, Brazil and Africa. The entire cable will be longer than the Earth's circumference. Why is this project significant? Who controls undersea cables? Why are they so important? And what makes them the new geopolitical fault line? Our next report tells you.
It was the summer of 1858. After years of bold ambition, a single, fragile copper cable stretched across the Atlantic, linking Ireland's Valentia Island to Newfoundland in Canada. It was a marvel of human ingenuity, a bridge between continents, a glimpse into a future where oceans would no longer divide us. But that future would have to wait, as the cable failed. Yet, from that failure, rose a revolution, a world rewired. Today, over 99% of international data doesn't travel by satellite, but through an unseen web of fiber optic cables, all sprawling across the ocean floor. These cables are thinner than a garden hose. They transmit terabits of data per second, and are the arteries of the digital age. Every Google search, Zoom call, banking transaction, and international news update, it all depends on them. In a world often obsessed with the clouds, the true backbone of the internet lies beneath the waves. Historically, state-backed enterprises and telecom giants laid and maintained these lifelines. But today, US tech giants control them. Take Meta, for example. It has announced plans to build a 50,000-kilometer subsea cable. It is called Project Waterworth, connecting the United States, India, South Africa, and Brazil. It's the world's longest underwater cable project. Once built, the entire cable is longer than the Earth's circumference. So it's a mammoth project. And Meta is not alone in this. Google, too, has 18 investments in subsea cables globally. Microsoft and Amazon, too, are investing heavily in submarine cables. Right now, there are 500 cable lines worldwide, covering 1.4 million kilometers. And they are present in every ocean of the world. That makes them vulnerable to disruptions. Some are human and natural, like in 2008 when 2 undersea cables were damaged near Egypt. It led to internet blackouts across West Asia. Initial suspicions pointed to sabotage, but further investigation suggested it was wayward ship anchors. But these cables are also geopolitical fault lines. They can, and have been, tampered with. In the Baltic Sea, data cables have been sabotaged. Some of these attacks were blamed on Russia. Earlier this year, NATO launched a new mission in the Baltic Sea. This was to protect against these attacks. In the Pacific too, attacks like these are rampant. Fingers have been pointed towards Chinese vessels. So as internet traffic continues to explode, fueled by AI, streaming services, and global connectivity, the demand for undersea cables will only grow. New technologies promise to make these networks secure, but they also present new challenges, especially in ensuring equitable global access. So, should a handful of corporations and governments dictate the future of the Internet's most critical infrastructure? If history teaches us anything, those who control communication shape the destiny of nations. And right now, this power is in the hands of only a few rich men.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.